This is a nice cozy little spot. Definitely meant for tent camping, but we're adapting. Pretty sweet. She might need a little oil. So this gives you a little bit of a different perspective of how uneven the campsite is and why I use leveling blocks. The camper is level, as well as the camera is completely level on the tripod, and you can see the slope there. So if I didn't mention it yet, we're at the Forked Run State Park in Ohio, maybe about 45 minutes south of Marietta, or probably closer to an hour. But this is a beautiful little state park. I'm telling you, Ohio has it together when it comes to their state parks. Every single one I've ever seen has been spectacular. There's a state forest that this park is nestled in. I'll put it on the screen. But it's a nice little wilderness area right by the Ohio River, and we are only one of 3 campers in this whole place. There's 143 campsites. Only 3 of them are occupied. Unfortunately, one of them is a party with a bunch of young kids blasting music and yelling. I doubt you can hear it through my microphone, but once in a while the music gets cranked, and I don't want to be a fun sponge. At least they're playing good music, but it definitely makes it difficult to concentrate on what I'm doing, shooting the video, and takes a little bit away from the solitude aspect. I came here expecting quiet, not so. However, there is nobody camping around me in my little loop. This is definitely tent camping loop, and I'll give you a little tour of my setup here. I just kind of threw it together, but I'm trying a different configuration with my little bathroom privacy tent. This time I positioned it right outside the door so that if nature calls, or if I want to stand up and change my clothes, I can just open the door, step right on out, and I've got a toilet set up in there ready to go, just in case. I might not even use it, but it's nice to know it's there. And back here, we've got this nice little lot with a fire pit and lots of privacy. Just beyond this hill, there's a huge lake. I was hoping we would have a view of the lake off of the hill, but of course there's trees everywhere. Trees are still nice to look at. Oh, Juniper. Juniper just pushed her food down the hill. She might clean that up herself, we'll see. So a little later tonight, we're gonna cook a meal over the fire. I'm really looking forward to that. I've got a Dutch oven that I just picked up, actually, thanks to all of you who bought me coffees. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out buyacoffee.com. It's linked in the description below, and I'll show it here on the screen, but that's an easy way for you to support the channel without committing to a subscription. I understand that subscriptions can be intimidating, but if you're enjoying the videos and you want to throw a little something our way, we would really appreciate it, and it all goes right back into the channel. But before we make food, we're going to take a little spin around the park on the scooter and do a little tour, because there is a lake, as I mentioned, and they allow swimming there. I may want to do some kayaking in the future. So let's get on the scooter and scoot on out of here. Oh, look. Juniper's cleaning up her mess. Good girl. Juniper will relax in the camper while I take the scooter down to the lake. She's perfectly comfortable in there and usually just naps while I'm gone. There's a few steps to get down to the lake swimming area, but it's not too bad. As I wrapped up my drone flight around the lake, I met a friendly dog and her owner, Steve. We struck up a conversation. He was curious about my drone, and I had a few questions about the park. Steve shared that this park is one of Ohio's best kept secrets, partly because it's rarely crowded. He also mentioned that it features a world-class disc golf course. I always enjoy meeting locals because they often have the best insights and stories to share. Sorry. If you haven't figured it out yet, I'm making stuffed pepper casserole. I love making this recipe at home, and I think it'll translate very well to campfire cooking. Okay, we're gonna add 2 cans of tomatoes and chilies, juice and everything. And it was a real struggle for me to open these cans because my can opener absolutely sucks. I made a mess. I'm gonna put a new can opener on the list. About a cup of low sodium beef broth. Put that right in. And we'll do about a cup of water, a little more. About a tablespoon-ish of Worcestershire sauce. And finally, some long grain rice, rinsed. Make sure you rinse the extra starch off of it. There's a critter just inside the woods checking me out. Might be a raccoon. And I was about to find out what that critter actually was. I hear a whippoorwill. It's faint, so I don't think the microphone's going to pick it up. I've been hearing a lot of those lately. This looks insanely good. I'm going to enjoy this. Stuffed pepper casserole cooked over a open campfire in a cast iron Dutch oven. I can't think of anything better, honestly. Alright, I'm going to finish this, crack open a beer. Well, it's not camping unless you're having s'mores, right? And I have a pretty unique take on s'mores that I'm going to tell you about right now. I do it a little differently. While I'm toasting these marshmallows, I want to tell you about something that just happened. As I was eating my dinner, which was delicious, I heard something approaching the camp in the woods. Definite footsteps, crunching leaves, breaking branches, coming my way. And out from right behind where I'm sitting right now, a coyote stepped right out of the woods into the camp. And he or she was very surprised to see me. As soon as it saw me, it did an about face right away. But it didn't run, it just casually turned around and walked the other direction. It wasn't afraid. And strangely enough, neither was I. I mean, I've heard coyotes way off in the distance, packs of them howling, and that's a little more scary than one coming right into my campsite. The main thing that I'm glad about is that Juniper was already in bed and tucked into the camper safely, because she was roaming around off leash. She always wants to go to bed anyway when it gets dark. And that's exactly what happened tonight. She, oh, don't want to lose it. Just burned my hand a little bit. Anyway, I'm just glad Juniper is safe, because it could have been ugly. That coyote was pretty daring. Okay, this marshmallow is ready. I'm not someone who likes to catch them on fire. It's nicely golden brown, so let's go make our s'mores. So you can see here on my plate I have some Jif natural peanut butter because we're being healthy. So I'm just going to take some of that, just a little bit, spread it onto my graham cracker, just a little bit, and then over here on this side of the plate I have some chocolate chips. So I'm going to use the peanut butter to grab a layer of chocolate chips, and there they are. To those chocolate chips we're going to add our marshmallows. There you have it. Chocolate chip peanut butter s'mores. Whoa. June bug. Have you ever had peanut butter and marshmallow fluff sandwiches when you were a kid? I didn't. Juniper and I are hunkered down in the camper. We're calling it a night. It's been a long day, but an eventful day. We had that visit from the coyote, and it's a little concerning for Juniper because I'm glad she was in the camper already when that coyote showed up. But if she were outside, that would have been a dangerous situation for her, especially if there were more than one coyote. They could have lured her into the woods and it would have been bad. That being said, I'm not really overly concerned because Juniper is always right by my side when she's out at camp with me. She never wanders, only maybe 30 feet away at a time, but I'm always within eyesight of her. So I think moving forward, I'm going to make sure that Juniper is indoors after dark. Case closed. End of story. We don't need any more close calls or dangerous situations. I know I was creating a lot of smell cooking all that food, and I was expecting to maybe get a visit from a raccoon or something along those lines, with smaller critters, but having a coyote just show up at camp is very unusual. But he wasn't expecting to see me either, I could tell. And I know there's going to be some of you that are like, oh, you didn't show it on video, so it didn't really happen. Okay, well, it did happen. And I wish I did get it on video, because it was pretty crazy. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to say goodnight, and we'll talk to you in the morning. Looking forward to seeing what tomorrow has in store, but I know very first thing it's going to be coffee. So good night, see you in the morning. a stick? Go get it. You got stuff all over you. For some insane reason, I forgot to bring coffee on this camping trip. So I'm going to have to resort to an energy drink. So disappointing. A coffee would have been so good right now. You got to do what you got to do. This has been quite an enjoyable trip so far. Aside from the music last night, which honestly, it wasn't bad, and they turned it off. That was the only problem. Other than that, it's been an amazing trip. Juniper, do you want to go for a walk? Want to go for a hike? Good girl. Want to go for a hike? Come on, get up there. Let's go. Good girl. So we're packing up camp, and I thought I'd just show you my technique for putting one of these quick fold pop-up tents away. Because when I bought this, I was very intimidated. I'm like, I'll never get that packed up, but it's actually pretty easy. So first you collapse the walls and make it flat. It's also a good idea to zip it up. All right, now the next step is to take the top and the bottom and make a U. Okay, so the top's here, bottom's over here. We're We're just going to bring them together and make a U. Then you grab one of the sides and twist, and it just kind of folds up inside of itself, in theory anyway. There we go. Every time I do this, it's a little scary, like, but then it always works out. All right, there we go. Yeah, so you just kind of let it do its thing. It knows what to do, you just have to help it. And just like that, it's ready to go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Hey Juniper, are you ready to go home? Do you want to go see Daisy? Come on, let's go. Well, that was another really fun camping trip in the books here at Forked Run. Not Forked Run, it's Forked Run State Park in Ohio. I appreciate you watching until the end. Thank you for all the people who bought coffees. That really helps to support the channel, and it's an easy way to throw some support our way without committing to a subscription. But there is also Patreon where you get a little bit more. And if you buy a coffee, that may also go towards treats for Juniper. So we really appreciate it. And thank you everybody, especially the Patreon members, for your continued support. We will see you again nowhere soon. Thanks for watching. Be good to each other and get outside. Take care.